Hey there, Riverica here, reporting for duty on a trigger. Thank you so much for shuffling states of emergency into adoption spirit magic with us and steering clear of danger. Heartily, we are grateful. In this session, we are exploring the Sun conjunct Uranus at 18 degrees of Taurus. But before that, some disclaimers. I am not a doctor, lawyer, therapist. I'm a fortune teller. So what I offer is no substitute for their services. Furthermore, what I share does not determine your future. Only your intentions and actions do. So please use your gifts of discernment before deciding what to gather and take away. And of course, take only what resonates and blow like a kiss the rest to the universe for cosmic composting back into beauty. This reading is intended for fun and games, for shits and giggles, for entertainment, for flexing our mind, heart, body, soul, spirit, emotion, and intuition. And at the least, I hope to cause harm to none, and at the most, I hope I may assist you on your healing path. All that said, let's clear the space and streaming grace to a place. Thank you for holding the intention of seeing only love, and only love we shall see. Here we go. Mind, body, speech, in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May ears awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Om, peace, Shanti. Thank you. And you may have noticed that I rolled the 6. And you can check out that numerology on your own. I invite you to do that. That may be something that helps you play through this Sun conjunct Uranus at 18 degrees of Taurus. And that is happening on the 9th of May. So that number 6 may assist you playing through that over the next couple days, or when you see this, or how that plays out over time and space. And that number 6 chose us the Living Altar, an oracle and spell deck for the Radical Witch by Kiki Robinson and Ilvadroma Marzana Radzasuski. And you can find out more about them on their website, thelivingaltar.com. Also, you may find them on Instagram or take in their podcast, Altars Up Witches. You may also enjoy taking in the Romanistan podcast, the Halloween episodes, where Paulina Verminsky and her co-host Jessica Reedy invited Kiki and Ilva over to share spooky stories, and they shared a spooky story about how this deck of cards was made. So that may be something that helps you through this Sun conjunct Uranus and Taurus at 18 degrees. And we have this ruby crocite for some crystal energy healing. And I invite you to check out 4 or 5 or 6 or 27 different resources about the properties of this. But you can see it looks like quite a magical stone and associated with heart chakra because of all those pinks and greens. But again, we're all different psychosocial science experiments, so I invite you to explore on your own how that may resonate with you, what jumps out at you for that ruby quartzite. So let's jump in. I brought over the stand to hold up the card when we're ready. And you are a whole, full, powerful, loving, spiritual being, and so am I. And we thank your source, spirit team, angels, galaxy guides, ancestors, saints, sages, gods, goddesses, universes here in the highest love and light, as well as mine. And we thank your source and my source for immediately shifting the situation into what it needs to be, offering necessary insights, healings, acts of grace, protection. Heartily, we are grateful. And so it was, and so it was, and so it was, and so it was. And thank you for making it abundantly clear how we may move forward, minding our business in the highest love and light as the sun is conjunct Uranus and Taurus at 18 degrees. Heartily, we are grateful. Thank you for making it abundantly clear. She says, all right, cut me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's see. Sunset. Such a beautiful card. Sunset. So I'm going to hold it there for a moment to let you vibe with that before I put it down. It looks like there's water in there, waves, and these runes. Triangle, downward pointing triangle. The greens, the reds. It's like grounded, but also coming from the heart. And that red thread connecting us, this transformation that's happening, coming of the earth, going into the earth. What are you picking up? Maybe you can share in the comments if that is your bag. And then this fire energy. This is deep. It's got layers. Let's look at it for a while. And this Oracle and Spell deck has 3 parts that you may come back to over the next couple days or months or years when you're, as you wish, to check in with this reading to help it integrate, to deepen it, to perhaps maybe you check out different witches' wheels and make your own to help the witches' wheel correspondence integrate, or maybe you decide to repeat the spell multiple times. You come back to do that to help it activate, and the guiding messages you may come back to and journal or reflect upon. Again, we're all different psychosocial science experiments, so I invite you to keep exploring what's working for you, where you are now in this time and space. So, Witch's Wheel correspondence. It looks like we have 13 words. Here we go. Water, autumn, west, adult, midlife, abundance, generosity, disseminating moon, third quarter moon, expression, counsel, ancestor, initiation. Thank you so much. Counsel was peeking out at me as I was shuffling, so I thought I would share that with you all and invite you to explore more your counsel, who you seek counsel with, your spiritual counsel, your earthly counsel, however that plays out for you. Maybe something fun that's coming together or of importance or worth reflecting upon during this time. Now the spell. As daylight waves, I release the obligation to any other outcome that could have been. I seek to accept my choices, my actions, and my feelings. Instead of focusing on what could have been, I turn my attention to reflect on ways I can deeply integrate the learning from what this day actually was. As the day slows and the night rises, I center myself reflecting on the ways this day is woven into the larger tapestry of life. May I harvest those perfect fruits from this day. May they nourish me. May I compost the rest, and may it nourish the earth. I am complete. I surrender to my purpose today, tomorrow, and every day that follows. That is so super sweet. It's calling to me, it's reminding me of that flow, getting in the flow. And as orphans and adoptees, so many of us have been shoved into other people's flow, have been pulled into other people's flow, have been dragged into other people's flow at the expense of our own. And so coming out of that adoption fog and learning to follow our own flow is a big deal. It's like coming out of the gypsy myths and holding on to the Roma realities is a big deal, but two very different situations with many parallels. And coming out of the adoption fog or coming out of the gypsy myth fog, we got to let go of what could have been. You know, there was this whole way of life where we thought, wow, that was for the best. And then we're realizing, well, maybe that wasn't. Maybe it's just different. And really owning the reality instead of living in these illusions or sweeping the truths under the carpet. And so that letting go of what could have been, it's a big deal. And it takes time for us humans. And that has shown its face over the past couple years, especially with the pandemic. And some of us have been working on this for decades and lifetimes. So what a beautiful spell to help us release and just really bask in the new way of life, turning over this new way of life, stepping out of the fog and into a reality and knowing more our authentic truths and our flow and our boundaries and respecting ourselves enough to abide. Super sweet, super sweet. So the guiding messages: honoring what has been done. Allow yourself to be complete in your efforts. Rest. Do something different. Create space to reflect. Nurture wisdom. Yes, yes, yes. So many of us have been dismantling all the different ways across different fields, how that plays out, whether you're dismantling the patriarchy and rebuilding a new earth, or whether you're dismantling the gypsy myths and rebuilding a new earth and Roman realities, or whether you're helping dismantle the adoption fairy tales and build a new world on adoption realities. All these different ways you can honor the work that you have done now and allow yourself to rest and be complete in these efforts. Congratulations for all that work you have done. And we are so grateful. We are so grateful. Thank you so much for helping rebuild this new earth and dismantle the old earth in a peaceful, joyful way. And I'm being called to invite you to explore more about Uranus. It's one of the outer planets, and so it just brings a whole nother dynamic. And God bless him. And the sun is shedding some light on that. And I want to say it's a higher octave of Mercury, but quadruple check me about Uranus to help this reading integrate with you more. What are the expressions of Uranus, the metaphysical expressions of Uranus, the higher and lower, and see how that sits with you. And maybe also explore the last time that this planetary action was happening. Where were you? And looking at it from some different angles just to play with it, if that is something that sounds like fun to you. So sunset, beautiful time to reflect on a daily basis, and what a beautiful spell to help put you in that mindset to just honor what is and to be okay with being complete and resting in that, allowing yourself to rest. You've done it. You're doing it. And you get to rest on a daily, and sunset is your beautiful reminder. So that is what I am seeing for you in this reading. Thank you so much for helping breathe life into adoption spirit magic. Until next time, ciao for now. I love you all.